Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Bugaj, and I'm a speech language pathologist that works in the Northern Virginia area for a local school district. Now, I actually don't work as a speech language pathologist. Primarily, I work in the field of assistive technology, and I have a lot of experience working with augmentative and alternative communication. And I do this podcast with Rachel Madel. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, that's me. So I also work with a lot of students using AAC. I actually have a private practice and I'm based out of Los Angeles, although originally I'm from the East Coast. I've been out in Los Angeles for about 6 years and I do a lot of work with autism in AAC. And we are lucky enough, Chris, to do a podcast every week where we deep dive into the topic of AAC.
The name of that podcast is the Talking with Tech podcast, and we've been doing that for several years now. So the way the podcast works is that every episode starts with some sort of banter segment where Rachel and I talk to each other about some sort of event that's happened in AAC, some sort of strategy that people use to help teach language using AAC, and then it rolls into an interview segment. Rachel, what's the interview about?
So we are so lucky to have AAC researchers, parents, other clinicians, AAC users themselves come on and share about their experiences, give tools and strategies that they like to use in their practice. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but the topic is central to communication and using technology to support communication.
Having done this for a while, we've built a little bit of a fan base of people who listen. We think it's a lot of speech language pathologists, special education teachers, general education teachers, related service providers like occupational therapists and physical therapists. There's a large contingency of parents that listen, and we hope you might listen too. And over the years that we've been doing this, we found that a lot of people send us questions. And so we decided to put together an event called a Talking with Tech live event.
I'm super excited because, as you mentioned, Chris, we get a ton of questions from all of our listeners. And we decided to put this event together as a way to crowdsource solutions. So, of course, Chris and I can give some input as to, tools or strategies or things to think about when you're trying to problem solve some of these, hard-hitting issues that you come into with your practice using AAC. But this event is actually specific to crowdsourcing from the entire group. So how it works is we send out a link to a Google form, and in that form, you can type in questions. You can also submit questions in advance. So you type in your questions and then people in the audience can type into the Google Sheet as, the event's going on to share ideas, share websites, share resources. And then also people will come on, put their microphone on, sometimes put their video on and answer the questions in real time. So it's kind of a crowdsourced solution and brainstorming session where people are able to interact with us, to interact with the crowd, and also to really bring together a lot of really cool and innovative solutions to some of the hardest problems that we're facing in our clinical practice.
And this is a tried and true approach because we have done this before in different presentations in different organizations. And it is always an exciting, empowering event. Wouldn't you say, Rachel? I mean, I know the last time we did it, we both left going, we could have done that for hours and hours afterwards, and everyone in the room, there was sort of a buzz around it because we were all pulling together all of these different strategies and resources that were from crowdthink or groupthink, that it wasn't just one person's opinion. It was all things that kind of come together and say, this might be an approach that might help in these different situations.
Yeah, and it's just really great to be able to utilize all of our experiences and to all contribute. Oftentimes when you do continuing education, you're just sitting and you're listening and you're learning, but it's so great to be able to get feedback from everyone because there's definitely things that have come up, Chris, that I would have never thought of. And so it's really great to share collectively. And it's just built out such a great community. We already have an amazing community, but it just continues to keep growing and building. And now we're able to kind of support each other. And after the event, you have a running document of tons of strategies, solutions, resources that you can refer back to, which is awesome because you don't have to voraciously take notes during this session. It's all organized on a shared Google Sheet. So you're able to refer back. I've actually referred back to the one that we did, Chris, a few weeks ago. I'm like, what was that resource that was shared? So it's super organized and efficient. Two of our favorite things, Chris. And it's just really exciting and inspiring to just listen to everyone's feedback because, as I mentioned, there are things that come up that I would have never thought of or things that I don't even know about. So it's just great to be able to share collectively.
If you'd like to learn more about Talking with Tech or Talking with Tech Live, we have some different ways that you can connect with us. You can connect with us on our social media channels, like our Facebook group, our Instagram, and our Twitter, which are all at Talking with Tech. And then you can also check us out on our website, talkingwithtech.org, which has all of the back episodes of all the different interviews and all the different conversations and all the different resources that we've done over the years. And the podcast comes out once a week, so there's always new information coming out on a weekly basis. And that's also where you can connect with us, all those social media channels, to learn more about Talking with Tech Live.
We are so excited. We hope you join us for this session. It's going to be a great one. And to learn more, you can go to talkingwithtech.org.